Hey, what's up? We love Burger King grilled dogs.
They're made with 100% beef, and they're 100%.
They're so good, they make us want to sing like...
I can't believe it. Burger King made a grilled dog. Made with 100% beef. Flame grilled anytime you want. You can try it in classic or chili cheese.
Flame grilled and made with 100% beef, starting at just $1.99. Get a grilled dog now at participating Burger King restaurants. Flame grilling hot dogs since 2016. Price and participation vary.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was my man TB2, Fall Into You. Y'all can check him out on Amazon, Google Play, anywhere that you can purchase and download digital music. Go check him out. Once again, that was TB2. Thank you. You are listening to Pulse of the Northern Neck Radio Show, special edition show. This is, scratch your eyes, get the cold out your eyes and everything. It's right. We're on air right now. We're live. Let your friends know. It's 9 o'clock at night, p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so feel free to give us a call, 347-857-1395, and join in the conversation. And even if you just want to call in and say, hey, how y'all doing, and just give us some feedback, we would love to have it. I do not have my host here, my buddy, my ace boom, my sister here, Deandra, but hey, I have somebody else that was willing and able to sit in with her while we do this show tonight, and we speak to Miss Flowers, Nikki Flowers, the author of Twist of Fate. So without further ado, let me introduce y'all to Lady T. What's up, Lady T?
Good evening, Orlando. Well, I'm glad to be here on tonight from Philadelphia. Yes, very interested to talk to your guest on tonight.
Yes. I'm humbled. I'm honored. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation. I know it was kind of late, so, I know how you and the husband like to go to the club and party a little bit, before y'all go to bed.
the geriatric club, you mean?
Hey. Anyway, I don't know what y'all be doing. Shoot, y'all married. I don't know what y'all be doing. Shoot, but no, I am. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation to sit down and host alongside of me and speak to Miss Flowers. Now, you're an author yourself, so I want people to, let people know who you are briefly, and also let them know about your radio show, and then we'll get right on into it.
Well, I have authored 3 books. My name is Teresa Jeanette Scott. I've authored 3 books, An Attitude of Love, The Ways of a Godly Wife. Another book is a fiction, and it's called The Lust of Her Flesh. And it's about a young lady who, doesn't listen to God and finds herself in a whole bunch of trouble. And then I wrote another book about salvation is not what some think it is, because a lot of people are hung up on traditions of man. Some churches believe that women wear pants, they can't go to heaven. If you don't speak in tongues like I do, you can't go to heaven. If you're not baptized in Jesus' name, you can't go to heaven. So it's a whole bunch of things we discuss in this book. Salvation is not what some think it is. Oh, my radio show I do Friday evenings at 7 p.m. where I interview indie authors, or if it's Christian, we interview them. And on Mondays, I play all indie music, all independent artists, gospel music on Mondays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio.
All right. Fantastic. She's an excellent author, y'all. She's been through a lot with her and her husband together. They were able to listen to God's voice and allow God to bring their relationship together even closer. And both of them will tell you themselves, they're still working on it, they're still building, and they're still staying strong. So that's the number one key point right there, staying strong and staying bold for the Lord. So amen on that one. Thank you once again for, hosting alongside of me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth, this is the person who we need to be speaking to. This is a young lady right here, wrote this awesome book. I had a chance to read a bit of, a couple of paragraphs of her, not the main thing of the book, but hey, a brief synopsis of the book, I guess, if that's the right word or not. Okay, thank you, Lord. If it's a brief synopsis of the book, almost put me in tears, man. So I was like, wow, I have to scrape up the pennies that I have at the house and go ahead and purchase this book and support this young lady. So without further ado, let me open up her microphone. Nikki Flowers, how are you feeling? How are you doing?
How you doing today? I'm all right. Definitely blessed. Here another day, you know what I mean?
to tell my story and, just get it out there, what it is that I'm trying to do with the book. And, you know what I mean? And just I want people to know how, God has brought me from, one platform where I was very negative to a positive platform. And hopefully, through my story, I can help someone else. So, I'm here today. I'm definitely happy that you got me on the show. And, what's up?
Amen. Well, first off, Nikki, I want you to meet Lady T. Lady T, this is Nikki, so I want to, have that formal introduction.
Nice to meet you, Nikki. I'm
nice
good.
to meet you as well.
Thank you. Congratulations on your book.
Yes, ma'am. You as well, and I'm definitely going to Google you as well as soon as we get finished.
Amen.
That's right.
All right. Well, like I said, I read a little bit of, what you sent me about on the book and everything, and it almost, like I said, it almost put me to tears sitting there reading it and like, man, how can a person, my first thing is, I know it's through God. I know, that's, the answer that a lot of people are going to give and things of that nature, but I still have to ask the question is, like, how can a person, even if this is not about you, even if it is about you, but how can a person even think something up like this in a book that this young lady is able to fight through these demons and fight through these stumbling blocks to accept her godly fate?
Egypt herself is basically was created through me. I do believe every character that's in that book is a piece of me, even the very harsh ones. Now, the book itself is very raw, it's very real, and it's very uncut. I try to, tell people that when they open it up, because I come from a very rough lifestyle. I come from the streets, and that's what I talk about. That's where Egypt originated, and Egypt goes through a lot. Once you pick up the book, you'll understand what I mean. And she really has an issue with God. She really doesn't believe in God because of everything that she just went through on earth. Her mom left her at birth. Her father left her at birth. And Egypt's a real person. There is many Egypts that are out here, that are trying to find their way. And, a lot of them, they give up or they feel like there is no hope. Egypt feels like there is no hope all the way up until the end. You know what I mean? And once she actually figures out what it is that she wants to do, I kind of, I want to say rob the audience of what happens next. You would actually have to read the sequel. But Egypt is definitely a real person. She definitely goes through real things. And it was hard. I can say that it was hard for me to create the character, but then again, it really wasn't. From, like I said, just the lifestyle that I lived. I went from being born and raised in a church. I didn't come from a bad family. My mom worked 2 jobs, you know what I mean? My father, he did his thing up until he died, God rest his soul. But I chose to do other things in my life while I was in the church, I left the church. I ended up selling drugs and getting incarcerated, alcoholic, drinking and driving. I just kind of spun out of control until I think God said I had enough. It's time for you to actually sit down and walk into your purpose. And he put me in a place where I did get them 5 years, to where I did sit down and I did write not just my story, but a story for a whole lot of other people that could understand as well, that maybe can grasp something from the story or grasp something from my own story to help them find their way in life and in Christianity and religion and in the God that they believe and understand.
All right. Now, have you ever basically is this your first book that you've released publicly?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, how long has the book been out?
The book has been out. It was actually published January the 22nd of this year.
Okay, awesome. Now, what kind of feedback are you receiving from the book so far? Are you receiving anything like, well, why are you going so deep into it? You know, you shouldn't maybe tell everything that's going on in the streets, or have you gotten any feedback on the book as far as like that, or what type of feedback are you getting from the book so far?
As far as people saying, why did I go so deep? No. My church definitely did support me, you know what I mean? And like I said, I definitely warned them when they picked up the book that it was very raw and it was very real and it was very uncut. Everybody that read it, that came back to me, said that I couldn't have told the story any better. They said, that it was rough, you know, that they had to pick it up. I mean, when they picked it up, sometimes they had to put it down because, you know, if it wasn't something that they had went through somewhere in their life, they had a family member that did. You know, it's a very emotional piece, you know what I mean? And my church supported me because they supported my mother while I wasn't Christian. You know what I mean? I have a brother, a sibling as well, that, you know, followed in my footsteps, trying to be just like his older sister, that ended up getting incarcerated too. So they supported me while I was away. They supported me when I came home. My church family, they supported me when I put out the book. I haven't had any negative publicity on the book, how it was written. I've gotten great reviews from the book. I've had a chance to meet Sister Soldier. She gave me a little bit of input as well on the book and how I can get back into the prison, you know what I'm saying, to tell my story, and so that we can, you know, change lives, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't nothing but God that gave me the opportunity to actually sit down and write the book, because I was going to die in the street. If he wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, save me, if my mom would not have prayed for me to go to prison, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. I wouldn't have been able to write that book. That book saved my life, prison saved my life, and I think the only person I could have actually really directed that was God. And if it wasn't for God stepping in, I swear to you I wouldn't be here today. I really wouldn't.
Amen. Now, when was the breaking point within your life that you knew that it was only God, that you knew that it was, you know, something that you had to do to change your life? What was that last straw, that breaking point?
The breaking point wasn't until I was actually in prison, and my mother, my sister, and my family, because I have a son as well. He's 20 years old. But my family came to visit me. And, you know, I was hugging my family, and I just seen it in their eyes that, you know, I wasn't the only one doing time. They were. And I seen my brother. He was all flashy, you know, and had on his sneakers. And he looked at me, and I looked at him. And he said to me, he was like, you know, I'm out here. He was like, the only thing I ever wanted to do was I just wanted to be just like you. And it crushed me. It definitely made me feel a certain type of way. I didn't know how much of an influence I had on my family until that moment. In that moment right there in that waiting room, while I was sitting there visiting with my family in prison, is when I made sure when I came home that I was going to change my life and that I was going to do something different. And if I didn't do it for myself, that I was going to be a better example for my family. So that was basically it right there. Because when I was in jail, like, I was angry. I was writing the book. I was writing books to fate. But I really didn't have no plans on changing. I was going to put the book out. I was going to put the book out just so, you know, I could say that I actually did something in my life that was positive. But I still wasn't thinking about really changing. I still had a plan to come back out here and do the same stupid things that had got me incarcerated in the first place. Until my brother actually really looked me in my face and he said that to me. I knew that, you know what I mean, like I had to do something different because I just didn't want nothing to happen to my brother or my son, and I just wanted to be, you know, I just wanted to be a better person. And he said that to me, it just made me want to be a better person. And from that moment, moving forward, that's what I have been trying to do. And I've been praying and I've been working on me every day. It's been it's definitely been hard. Just like coming back home and being on the streets with temptation and everything like that. But every day I fight, and every day I get a little bit closer with my relationship with God. So, it's all working out. And today, my brother, he's not in the streets anymore. He came home, he did good. And my son, never been in the streets. He's not a drinker. He never sold one drug, graduated from high school, everything. So, I definitely was blessed with that as well. And I wanted my son to see me do something different other than go to jail, sell drugs, be an alcoholic, and, do nothing with my life. I wanted him to know that, he can change, that I could change and that I could do something different, and that's not, a lifestyle that I wanted him to live in or that I was going to live in anymore, so I had to lead by example.
Amen. Man. Most definitely, man. I'm happy for you. Like I said, I'm happy and honored that you accepted the invitation to come on the show and everything, and and speak on your testimony and talk about the book. And I came across the post from my man Doctrine, so I saw him putting your post up and that you were on his show and everything. So I was like, wow, okay, yeah. So shout out to Doctrine for extending that olive branch to you per se, and getting you on his show. Then I wouldn't have maybe never even came across you. Not at this time.
Right.
So.
Right. And I told him thank you too. And he definitely asked, what's going on with the show. I'm definitely going to keep him posted. He's definitely a good guy. We definitely kept in contact after I did the interview with him. So I hope that I get a chance to actually talk to you after the show. We keep in contact as well, because I definitely have more projects that are coming up very soon.
Okay, no doubt. I mean, we can keep in contact. This is no problem whatsoever. I'll shoot you my number and stuff. We can talk, keep in touch. Lady T, what's up with you over there?
Well, just listening, enjoying the testimony. But I just wanted to ask you, as a first-time author, what were some of the challenges, if any, that you experienced as a first-time author?
Just the challenge of not knowing, Lady T. I just knew that, getting Twisted Fate out there was a must. Now, I sat on the book for 4 years. The book is actually 8 years old. I wrote it when I first got in prison. When I first came home, life caught up with me, and then I seen myself falling in the downward spiral once again because, I got hit with, I just got hit really hard with some life decisions, and I had to actually use the book to actually bring me back to life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So when I actually got serious and just believed in myself, I just published it. I think that was the biggest struggle. Me actually believing in myself to actually invest in myself to publish the book. Once I did that, everything else, kind of came easy. As far as, like the next step, like public relations and things like that, like I'm just learning. I'm learning how to, create my platform for what it is that I want to do as far as, selling my books, creating my own lane, and, starting my own self-publishing company. So I think the next obstacles that I will run into is just basically educating myself on, the next steps that I need to do to succeed.
All right, I'm looking on your Amazon page, and I'm reading the reviews that are on there, and they're all excellent reviews. They're fantastic reads, highly recommended, a must-have book. People are looking forward to the sequel already. And I haven't read the book, but I'm kind of excited about the book just by reading the compliments over here, the comments over here on your Amazon page. So let me just say congratulations to you for writing a book such as this. Now, when you went to your church to tell them about this book, you said your church was behind you and everything, but when you first decided to go to your church about the content of your book, were you afraid, or were you just like, I'm just going to do this no matter what?
The book was already written. My mother has been a faithful member of our Hillcrest Seventh Day Adventist Church since I was a baby. So my mother kind of helped me. You know what I mean? My mother backed me going into the church. You know what I mean? When we started selling copies in the church, my mom did most of the talking for me. You might as well say as well when we actually got in there. After the people started reading the book, it was just I didn't get any negative feedback. I think if it was too much for the individual, I think maybe they may have sat it down. I did hear, a couple of them say that, yeah, like, oh yeah, now you did say a little bit too much, but I still had to keep reading it. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think anybody that has picked it up didn't put it down until they got to the end. And I think my mother won't tell me that she read the whole thing. She only tells me that she read the first chapter and the last chapter. But I think she's about the only one that just, I think, really wouldn't budge. Everyone else basically read the book, finished the book, gave me a pat on the back, and told me yeah, that was a bit much, but as a writer, you definitely killed it. Yeah, they because everybody has their own opinion. You know what I mean? So,
I think so.
I just was I just was thankful that they bought it and they read it. But everybody that did read it, that did buy it, that was in the church, is definitely looking forward to the sequel. And I guess we'll see, who it really bothered maybe if the content was too much when the sequel comes out, to see if they buy another copy. You know what I mean? To see if they continue with the saga. So, yeah. But I think as far as that, that was basically it. I've had other people from different churches because we were Seventh Day Adventists. I had a couple of Baptist, members as well. I went to a couple other churches where they set me up with some book signings, and let me tell my story there as well. That definitely loved the book. They said the same thing, the content was a little rough, but it's real and it's life. And, I went through a couple of these things, and my family members went through a couple of the things. So I think once people really start reading it, they're not even really focused on the content no more. They're just focused on the realness of the book and, how Egypt just goes through so many things and how it just relates to just real life stories.
Right. Now,
I think that's what overpowers everything.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that you been incarcerated, and you were saying that your brother was saying that, hey, I'm doing what you were doing, so I'm basically trying to copy off of you, things of that nature. When you got out of jail, did you have any type of backlash or animosity towards you with maybe your son or your brother or anything of that nature because of how their life may have been with you being locked away?
Did I get any backlash from them?
Yeah.
No. My son was very happy to see me. Even if he did feel a certain type of way, as far as I'm being disrespectful or anything like that, no. When your mom gets up and leaves, though, while you're in the middle of football season to do 5 years, I know in his heart that he definitely did feel a certain type of way. But just expressing it to me, no, not really. It's just like it happened. And when I came home, we talked about when I left and some of the situations that he was put in after I left. But there wasn't no negative back. He just said that, he wasn't going to follow in my footsteps, and he learned a lot of valuable lessons from me. That's why he was going to go to school, graduate, and become an engineer and do everything that he could do, not to follow in my footsteps. And that's that was the best music to my ears. that he could have ever said to me when we had that conversation. So, you know, we moved on, and, you know, some other obstacles came up in life.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny to me, man. I mean, because I mean, hearing you talking about the book, I read, you know, the pieces of it, things of that nature. But it's kind of funny to me on how, as Christians, we want to say we need to be transparent as much as possible, let people know, you know, what's going on in our lives, because you never know who you're going to be ministering to. But soon as you are transparent with, like, your book or with, you know, music or poetry or anything of that nature, then not everybody, but certain people, you start to get that, oh, wow, you had to say all of that. Yeah, I had to say all of that because all of that happened. You know, it's still, it's working on somebody's heart. So regardless of how XYZ may feel, you know, it's helping out ABC. That's, you know, that's, to me, just kind of funny to me. It's like, do you want me to be transparent or not? Which, because we can't have it both ways. We need to open up as much as possible and not sugarcoat it and not hide it to let people know God's power. That's the only way people are really going to understand the power of God, really understand that God still, you know, brings miracles. He still changes people. He still, you know, turns water to wine. So we need to be as transparent as possible so that people will understand that he does live, that he is still here with us. So that's just something that I was thinking about, you know, listening to you and about other people say, oh, I had to sit it down. Okay, you had to sit it down, but I'm glad you picked it back up and you really got the meat. You really got the meat of it. You really can understand what's going on. So, you know, bravo to you. I'm happy. I'm glad that you know, you wrote as much as you did in the book and everything. But my thing is, have you always been interested in writing?
Always been a writer, just never could sit still long enough to create a novel. But I've been writing short stories and poems ever since I can remember. I think I might have started writing when I was in elementary school. It was just a form to escape, and I've always been a good liar, so my mom says. And you know, I just always been a good storyteller. So I just never actually had the chance to sit down and finish the novel from start to finish until I got locked up. I was too busy in the streets, way too busy in the streets. So I do believe that's why when, you know, God just said, like, I had enough. It's time for this girl to walk into her purpose. She has enough to write about. She has enough to tell where my time can listen. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different people that I can minister to. I can go back into my neighborhood and, you know, they see me doing something positive. I'm getting ready to go back into the prisons once I get out of parole, because they can see that you can do something positive. Yeah, I did 5 years. Yes, I came home. Yes, I did struggle. No, I couldn't find a job, but this is what I did do. This is the groundwork that I've done so God could bless me, and I want you to know that you could be blessed as well. You know what I mean?
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
so
yes. Amen. Most definitely. Now, the question is also, has anybody asked you the things that happen within your life that that you wrote about in the book, things of that nature? Are you and hold on, let me see. Are you able to forgive those people that did you wrong, that did wrong things to you that you wrote in the book?
Forgiveness is one thing that I pray about on the regular because it's so hard for me to actually let go. And in my heart, I want to, and I have. A couple of people have even actually passed away, which taught me a valuable lesson as well, that you do have to learn how to forgive and actually let God go ahead and and do the healing. You know, if I don't forgive, then I'll never really get over it. You know what I mean? So, yes and no. You know what I mean? Yes and no. Sometimes it's a yes. Yeah, I do forgive them, but sometimes I still get angry. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Because sometimes I ask myself, you know, yes, I did forgive this person. Do I have the right to still be angry? You know what I mean? And me and my mom, we talk about it a lot, and she just, you know, tries to give me advice. And she just tells me to pray about it. So that's what I try to do. And I put them in my prayers as well, even though sometimes my heart is a little bit heavier than others, but I definitely do, you know, send out a prayer to those as well, because we're all still in need. And, you know, some of the characters in my book, they did stem from real people. They need more prayer than I do at this time, because at least I know where it is that I need to go and what it is that I need to do. They're still blind, so maybe, you know what I'm saying, they may hear my story, or they could be listening to this interview right now, and hopefully they may get something out of it, and maybe they'll forgive themselves as well. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely takes time. I believe. I've been through some things when I was younger and everything. I was, you know, molested when I was younger, and I tell you, I'll tell the truth. It took me till I was an adult to really allow God to ease my heart to forgive that person for what they did. You know, so especially when you had so much anger and so much frustration built up, you really, and then also on the same end, you have shame. You know, you have that shame that, oh, you know, what did I do type, you know, syndrome or whatever. So definitely, I understand. You have that anger, and then also you have that, man, I want to let this go. I want to forgive them, but, you know, definitely don't carry it. All I can say is don't carry it with you. You know, pray as hard as you can. Allow God to open up your heart. Allow God to touch your heart and massage it, and just, you know, just warm you up to, you know, what was going on, and to understand that it wasn't that person. That person was acting within, you know, allowing the devil act within them to destroy you, because he knew that you were going to do great things. So he had to give you a stumbling block a long time ago to trip you up. But now there's no more tripping you up. Now you're out there. Now your story's out there, and he's hating it, because your story is going to save many of other people. So that's the mind has to think that way. It has to give it over to God, give your body, your mind, your spirit over to God, and allow God to control it. Anger is easy to hold on to. Anger, frustration, revenge is easy to hold on to. Letting it go, yes, that's the hard part, because once we let it go, even Satan knows, once we let it go, he doesn't have control over us anymore. None whatsoever. That's why pride is so hard to let go. Oh, it's me. Oh, yeah, you know, I did this. He wants you to think that way. No, you didn't do a thing. God woke you up. God gave you that ability to write this book. God set your butt in that jail cell to give you enough time to write this book. Like you said yourself, you never had the time. So there you go. You can look at being incarcerated for a negative, but it came out for your good.
Yeah, sure did. Definitely did. I went in, and I did say that I was going to write a book. You know, I had told one of my close friends that she actually passed away, which actually was murdered. She didn't get a chance to see the finished product, that's supposed to say. But I had confided that in her when I went in there. I said, if I don't do nothing else, I said, I'm going to definitely write a book. But I didn't just write one. I wrote 4. So I definitely came out, like, I went in a drug dealer and I came out an author. You know what I mean? I didn't have any job skills, you know. I never really worked I may have worked a couple of months here or there, but I never held, a steady job before I went to jail. All I did was, sell drugs and be in the bars, clubs, and things like that. As of today, I've been home. Actually, it'll be 5 years on the 25th of this month. I've held a full-time job ever since I've been home. I've had my trials and tribulations with drinking, you know what I mean? I even tried to, hang out in the streets again, but God just said no,
put a nasty taste in your mouth,
didn't
didn't
even you no more. Yeah, it wasn't even in me no more. I said, he sat me down in the chair, in my old chair where I used to, sell drugs, whatever. Said, see, these people that's standing around you today, you want that spot, they'll kill you this time, and this time I might not be able to save you. So, I took that for granted what he said, and I got up and I left. And yeah, it's deep, so like I said, I went in a drug dealer, and I definitely came out an author, and I'm writing the treatment for my 5th book. The 2nd book will be dropping for the holidays, December, Christmas. It's not going to be the sequel to Twisted Fate. I am going to make the people wait a little bit on that. There's going to be another novel, which is actually another truth that's wrapped in a beautiful lie. It's about also a little glimpse of my life and a couple of other females that I hung out with when I was in the streets. Definitely give you another glimpse of reality through that book as well. So just stay tuned. And you can get the book at www.outsearchplus.com/Fate. If you go in there and tap on one of the links for Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, you can email me personally if you want my John Hancock at twistedfate0000@gmail.com. We can get you a personalized autographed copy. And you can always tune in to me on Facebook, Nikki Flowers. I'm on Instagram, Nikki Flowers _34. You can Google me, Nikki Flowers. Everything will come up with proof after the beautiful lie. But just, keep in contact. I want people to keep in contact with me and my journey as a person and an author, because I want y'all to see how God is getting ready to work with me. And you know what I'm saying? And just with coming up next with the books as well. So, Orlando, I need you to stay tuned. Lady T, I need you to stay tuned. I need y'all to spread the word.
Most definitely. I got you. I was just about to ask you, let folks know how they can purchase the book, how they can support you, if they want to help you out with a love offering or anything of that nature. Do you have a PayPal, that's up and running or anything of that nature?
Yes, I do. I definitely have a PayPal. It's under Nicole Flowers, 33@gmail.com. Now, I definitely spell my name, NICHOLE, FLOWERS, 33@gmail.com. I want to start donating books back into the prisons because that's where the book was actually written. So, stay tuned to my Facebook page. I have a blog site as well, twistedfate2016.wordpress.com, where we're getting ready to set up a GoMe fund. People can actually donate money so that I can start sending the books back into the prisons, back into the halfway houses where I came from, so that they can see that they can do something different. But yes, please reach out. Nikki Flowers on Facebook. Once again, I'm on Twitter, Nikki Flowers _1. I'm on IG once again, Nikki Flowers _34. You can email me, twistedfate0000@gmail.com, Nicole Flowers 33@gmail.com. Hey, reach out, get at me. I definitely love new ideas. I'm going to be starting my own publishing company as well going into next year. I'm going to be taking some people's stories from out of the prison, and I'm going to actually be, self-publishing them myself, put money back and pack them to the prisons to help people eat. There's a lot of people in prison that don't have any family, that's going life, that's hungry, that's in there, ironing clothes for soup, that have awesome stories to tell. So I'm here not just for me, everyone that, supports, not just supporting me, it's supporting somebody that's in prison. We all know somebody that's in prison. We all do. We all do. So,
are used to being there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Just not doing it for me. Yeah. Just not doing it for me. For all the voices that don't have a voice.
Amen. Now, do you deal with anything else other than writing? Do you deal with music or any other types of art, or has there been any types of dreams or admirations that you wanted to do before all of this happened?
I've just always been a writer. Of course, everybody wants to, be on TV. I would love to see Twisted Fate, develop into a film because it's just so realistic. But besides that, writing, that's my niche. I could see some reality TV or something. But, besides that, I love music. I always thought about, becoming a songwriter and things like that, but because I've always been good with telling stories, and I love to be in love as well. So yeah, but no, just the writing. That's what I'm going to focus on, because that's where that's where I'm most passionate at. I got a couple of poems that's out there on SoundCloud as well, where that you can listen to as well. SoundCloud, Nikki Flowers again. If you pull it up, I do believe. What is it? Suicide Thoughts. Is the name of the poem. When I'm doing my poetry, I will, come up with a little beat behind it in my head, and I will give you a little glimpse of my rhythm that I do have. But that's the most you're really gonna get. You know what I mean? You might get a little bit of little rhythm. You know what I mean? When you hear me going,
just a little something.
But the poems but the poems are just is real too. Everything with me is an emotional experience. So. If it's emotional, it's me. If you don't, hear no music per se, you definitely still won't feel the bass.
Okay. Now I want you to break down the name, because I'm looking at this name, and for some reason it keeps staring at me, and I want you to break down the name Egypt Winters. Why did you choose that name for the lead character?
All right. Like I said, I've always been a writer. Egypt was one of the first characters I think that I ever drew up in my head. Me and Egypt have been cool for a long time. I think I came up with her maybe when I was in middle school. So I just had to give a shout out to her. And the character that she developed into, we had to go with just, of Egypt too. I always like to put a little bit of God in there, because I want people to know, that it is cool. You can write about God, so Egypt, like in the Bible, to me, Egypt was like a fallen city, and Egypt herself, she just went through so much. That's how, we came up. If you look at the back of the book, the Egyptian cross is on the back of it. And it has a crow that's on there, and there's a dove that's on the back of the book as well. And I do believe if you look on Amazon.com, you can see that. But that's where, Egypt definitely came from. And Winters came from the coolest one ever. I actually did that for a shout out to Sister Soldier. I do believe after I read the book, I just was so, enthused. And then when I started reading more, hood novels about Vicky Stringer, and just hearing her stories and how everything, she had went through and where she had came from, those are like the two people that I definitely look up to. I love Sister Soldier, and I definitely love Vicky Stringer too. Like, they're just both two part supporters. And I definitely had to give a shout out to both of them. Vicky Stringer is coming up next in one of the upcoming novels, I gave her, some shout-outs and some tributes as well. She did Triple Crown Publishing. She was actually the CEO of Triple Crown Publishing. She came from jail, too. She sold drugs, and her boyfriend had sold drugs. But that's basically where Egypt's name came from. Egypt, she's the character that I created, and, it was the fallen city in the Bible, and, her story, how she fell, too. So it just all wrapped up in one. And went through with a shout-out to my girl. Because her leading character's name, I think Sister Soldier's leader character's name is Winter, period. Winter Santiago. So I took her first name and I made it Egypt's last name.
Okay. Cool.
When you I see that you say you were raised in church and all of that. When was it that you realized that you didn't want to be in church anymore, that you didn't want to serve God anymore? Was there a defining moment, or was it a gradual walking away from God?
It was never my option to go to church. I was made to go to church. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah, I was made to go to church. I didn't realize, Lady T, how much, because I didn't think that I was paying attention when I was in church when I was growing up, but I never realized how much I was until I got incarcerated. But I actually didn't step out until I was about 16, 17. When I actually was, when I was actually given the option to actually, not go to church is when I think I kind of strayed away. And then after that, I just basically had my mind made up what it was that I was going to do. If I went to church every Saturday, or if I didn't, I do believe I still would have ended up selling drugs and being in the street. Because it was something that was in my heart that I feel that I had to do. It was something that I wanted to do. It killed my mother. You know what I mean? She could not understand it. And at first I didn't understand it either. It was just something that I was like, it just glorified me or something. Like I didn't know, but I do believe like 16, 17 years old, when I left is when it happened. But I never, it's like, I didn't turn my back on God. I just wanted to do what it was that I wanted to do. I still believed in God. I still prayed. You know what I mean? I prayed that I would at least be a little bit safe, you know what I mean? But in the same sense, I still wanted to do what it was that I wanted to do.
Yeah, because a lot of that goes on. Right now. But I just, to me, are you considering being a public speaker or, going to other places besides the prisons to give your testimony?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just working on trying to get a bigger platform. I'm trying to meet people like Orlando. I'm trying to meet people like you that can help me, help myself. When out of every interview that I do, there is somebody that I do get an email. Would you like to come to, this organization? Would you like to come and speak to this group of people and tell your story? So, yes, ma'am. Hopefully, this interview gets out to someone else and I receive that email where they will allow me to come and speak and tell my story as well. But, yes, definitely willing to travel. And I do believe the more I speak, the better I am, the better I'm getting at it as well. So, yes.
Yeah. Now you just put all that pressure on my show for somebody to email. Come on, somebody, email her. No.
It could be you, Orlando. You can reach out. It could be Miss Lady T right there. She can reach out. You know what I mean? You just, you never know. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
Oh, yeah, most
because
definitely.
there's something that, there could have been something that I just said in my interview right now that touched you. Or, because you definitely did give me a little insight, that what happened to you about being molested. You could pick up my book and start reading it, and something that, that I've written in that book can touch you to the point to where you could, hey, I have to let her tell her story. This. It could open up, you know what I'm saying, I'm never thinking. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Like it can open up anything. So.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah, anything
definitely.
can happen.
I mean,
especially with that book.
always.
With
Exactly. I always say that whatever happens to us isn't happening to us, it's happening for us to be able to tell our testimony to help someone else. So definitely, we just have to be strong enough to understand that, and that comes in time. You know, that definitely comes in time. So
it sure
well,
does.
ladies,
because you don't realize that when you're going through the trial, that you're going through a trial to help somebody else later on in life because, you know, I went through some hellish things in my life, and I would never think that the things that I went through was for such a time as this. And I can't imagine Nikki's situation, you know, actually being in prison, you know, like because listen, I'm not the prison type, number one. And I just can't even imagine, you know, you being in there. You were in there for like, what, 5 years?
I did exactly 4 years, and God blessed me to do the last year at home in a halfway house. And I had to stay at the halfway house for a year. But yes, so all in all, I did do 5.
So when you went in on these charges, was this your first time being incarcerated, or, you know, was this another incarceration? How did you actually feel when you went in? I know it's time to go. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me wrap it up. I'll wrap it up for you. When I went to jail the first time in 2007, that was the first time that I actually did time. Now I had did a little bit of here, like maybe a week. My mom would just sit to me and make me stay down there maybe for like a month. But actual time, I was going to be away from my family in a state prison. That was the very first time. I was scared. I was scared out of my mind of going in there. And then once I got in there, I kind of like relaxed a little bit. But my mind state was, when I first went in, I was going to go and do my time and come home and still do the same stupid stuff. I didn't really change until I actually got in prison.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for Orlando, for allowing me to be on the broadcast with you this evening.
All right, no problem at all. Like I said, it is my honor definitely having you on, Lady T, and definitely I'm honored to have you on, Nikki Flowers, the author of Twist of Fate. So make sure y'all go out there and cop that joint. Y'all buy it. Y'all love it. Tell your friend about it. Don't loan it. Do not loan it. Make sure you buy it, you keep it, and you buy another copy for your friend. You tell them to buy a copy. What was that commercial back in the day? They were listening to the old school music, and the guy was like, "Hey man, you gonna let me get that?" "Oh no, my brother, you have to get your own."
Oh, that was like the 90s groove music. Oh, you got like 20, 30 tracks. I remember that commercial. Oh, that's crazy. Yes, I definitely remember that.
Yeah, so I'm taking y'all way back. Oh, no, my sister, you have to buy your own. So make sure, hey, that could be a commercial for you. That could be a commercial for you, Nikki. There you go. Don't loan it. Don't loan it. Put it on your book. It's not for loaning. It's for owning. Up. There you go.
Right. I'm gonna definitely write that down.
But most
Thank
definitely,
you for having me on your show.
Oh, no problem, man. I definitely want you to come back and everything, and hey, speak to the people and be able to let them know how the book is going, let them know when the sequel's coming out. So I definitely want you to be a regular.
All right, definitely will. You're definitely on my page. I'm definitely on your page. Lady P, send me a friend request on Facebook.
Okay, I sure will.
Yeah, Nikki Flowers. Well, for you, I already know because you done already been on my Amazon page. So, but
all right, ladies.
All right, thank you again, man. Have a good day.
No problem. You too. You too. We're about to wrap this up. This has been a special edition of Post in the Northern Neck Radio Show. We were sitting down with Twist of Fate author Nikki Flowers. So definitely y'all go out there and support her. We're going to end the show with this song here, You Don't Know by my man Justin Shaw. Y'all have a peaceful night.
All right. God bless.
Doesn't want to play.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll choose another song.
I'll sing it for you. Wait.
There you go. Never Knew Love.
No, I never knew love like you. Had some encounters, but they don't even come close. The kind of love that you give is just too good to let go. Ain't no second guessing, 'cause I already know if I ain't trusting nobody, I can trust in you for sure. I ain't got a thrill, wondering if you're creeping, 'cause I know you're right here with me when I'm sleeping. All the times I failed you, you never considered leaving. Never got mad and packed your bags and tried to find a reason. I find someone to love me right. You got the kind of love I've been longing for all my life. And I never knew love till I gave my life to you. And I never knew love till I gave my life to you. I never knew love until I gave my life to you. Till I gave my life to you. Never knew love until I gave my life to you. Never knew love. It would take my whole life to try to explain the kind of love that you give, and so I'll just sing it off the chain. I love everything about you. Get excited when I hear your name. Whenever I'm with you, I ain't worried about a thing. I'm so happy that you came into my life. Anything that you want from me, just tell me what you like. No matter what the price, I'm willing to sacrifice anything you want me to do. No hesitation, I won't think twice. 'Cause when I ask you to forgive me, you wipe it all away. You don't wait a couple of days and throw it right back in my face. And I never knew love, till I gave my life to you. Yeah. Never knew love until I gave my life. Said I never knew a love like you. Never knew love until I gave my life. Never knew love like you. Never knew love until I gave my life. Never had nobody make me feel like you do. Came into my life and you made everything new. Never have I ever felt the love so right till you came into my life.
Welcome to Subway. You'll love our Mediterranean collection. Delicious chicken or hearty steak with crumbled feta and cool, creamy tzatziki sauce. They'll brighten anyone's day.
I need one of those subs. My car won't start and my dog ran away.
That is a terrible day.
That's pretty typical for me. I'm a country singer.
I should have known.
Now enjoy our Mediterranean collection on your choice of freshly baked bread.
Your sub really cheered me up. My car started and my dog is back.
Ooh, that should be the next single.
I think it is.
I'd buy it.
Subway, fresh is what we do. For a limited time at participating restaurants.
Keep the excitement on repeat this summer. Get to Nissan's free-to-choose 4th of July event. Enjoy huge savings on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com and visit your local Nissan store today. Nissan, innovation that excites.